Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're taking a quick one take, or at least what I hope will be a one take look at the Springfield Prodigy. This is something that we've had in for a little while. Put about 600 rounds through it, so consider this kind of a 500 or 600 round overview, first impressions, review, all in one kind of thing. So, what are we looking at? This is the Springfield Prodigy. This is a 1911 double stack 2011 kind of thing. This specifically is the low capacity version. It comes with two 10-round mags because that's currently the only way I can get a Prodigy in my state. This is the version with the 4¼ inch barrel. Otherwise, the rest of the features are pretty in line with the full-size 5-inch Prodigy. Now, features moving from front to back, we've got slide serrations on the front and rear on the slide here. We have a rail with a few, I think there's 3 slots on this. We've got the TLR7 mounted up on here, and it tucks up pretty nicely under here. We've got a double undercut here on the trigger guard, a little bit of a recess here just below the magazine release. The magazine release itself is like a little bit extended. It's nice enough for someone even with small hands like me to be able to get at that. Got some decent texturing here on the frame, wraps all the way around to the front strap and a section here on the back strap. Ambi safety, both sides there. Only one side on the slide stop, slide release. Got a little bit of a flare to the magwell here, as well as the little pinky kicker. Moving up, we have a grip safety with a little bit of a memory bump, not too bad. It's also a pretty light spring in there, so it actuates pretty easily. A little bit of a beaver tail, nothing too big and crazy, but definitely something that lets you get high up on the gun. Skeletonized or like commander style hammer with some decent texturing on there. Matches with the skeletonized trigger with some texturing on the front and the over travel adjustment screw right there. As far as sights go, we've got a fiber optic in the front and a serrated U-notch in the rear, which is built into the slide plate system that you can see here. We have the slide plate for the Holosun EPS that we've got mounted up here, and that's something that does not come with the gun. It does come with a slide plate, but not for this footprint, so that's worth it to note. Overall length on this thing is just hair shy of 8 inches, about 7.8 inches, 5.5 inches wide, and unloaded without the accessories, we're looking at right around 32 ounces. Now again, this is the low capacity version, so it comes with two 10-round magazines. They are labeled Checkmate 9 and 38, 10 rounds. I can't remember off the top of my head what the length is on these. I know that 2011s often measure their magazines in length, but they do hold 10 rounds. And a look up front, they got the bull barrel here and the retained recoil spring, so it takes a hex to take that out. And in case you're not familiar with the 2011, the entire frame here, or at least the vast majority of it, from here down to here, is all polymer, so kind of like a Glock. This part is steel, this part also is steel, this part's steel, everything down here is polymer. So like I said, I've had about 600 rounds through this, so I guess I'll just give you my thoughts in general. Just kind of overall, it points really well. It fits my hand really well. I think 1911s in general feel really good to me. So if you're comfortable with a 1911 or anything with a 1911 grip frame, or grip angle, I'm sorry, you're going to be pretty comfortable with this. The circumference of the grip itself is pretty nice. Again, I have small hands, so sometimes I have a hard time getting a grip on things like a double stack 45 or something like that. Feel really big to me. This does not. This feels really good. The reach to the trigger is also very manageable for me. So I do like that. I mentioned the grip safety has a pretty light spring in it, so it doesn't matter really how you grip this. It's going to actuate pretty easily. I don't think that's ever something that I've ever run into where it hasn't actuated. And then the thumb safety, very positive on and off on both sides. I believe the paddle on this side is a little bit bigger. I don't know, they might be the same. I thought it was a little bit bigger, but maybe it's not. Very positive actuation, easy to get to, easy to ride. I kind of shoot 1911s like this, and I ride my finger on it, so that works really well. The beveling here on the front of the front strap, combined with this undercut, is really nice. Lets you get up really high on it, along with the angle of the beaver tail here. Overall, really controllable gun. Also, as you would expect out of 1911, the trigger action is really nice. We will show clear here. Okay, so as you'd expect, just a little hair of take up and a clean break and a very short 1911 reset. I had this on the scale and it's just a hair over 4 pounds, which I know a lot of 1911 people would say is, oh, that's incredibly heavy, but not terrible. And I don't think it feels like 4.5 pounds. I think it's totally fine. So I think my two biggest things with this gun are the grip and grip texture and the sighting system, or the slide system, I guess. So the grip texture, nothing really much to say about here, except for people that have watched this channel for a while know that I like it pretty aggressive. This is very similar to, as you would expect, the grip on a Hellcat. It's nice, it's cool, it gets the job done. It's maybe a little bit more textured than a Hellcat, but I'm a person that likes the MMP 2.0 texture, if anybody remembers that. So I would actually like this to be a lot more coarse. Then again, if you're carrying this, I don't carry this, but if you're carrying this, might not be a bad thing to have a texture like this. Now, my biggest complaint with this, and I guess it's still kind of a minor complaint, is the slide plate system. This is something that we're going to run into a lot on weapons that are cut from the factory for an optic, in that you need an adapter plate to mount up your optic. It does come with an adapter plate, but I think it's cut for the Hex Dragonfly, or whatever, the one that Springfield Armory likes. It doesn't share a footprint with anything that I kind of have laying around. I gravitate more towards something like a Hollow Sun or an RMR footprint. So I had to buy the adapter plate. And the thing with the adapter plate is, number one, they are not readily available sometimes. And number two, they're pretty expensive. So with the availability, I think I had to wait maybe a month or two. Maybe a month or two to find one in stock. And also when I did find them, they're between $80 and $120 when you do find them online. I didn't really want to pay more than $100 for mine because that's just kind of ridiculous and I'm paying out of my own pocket. So I waited to find one that was closer to the $80 mark. And I think that did kind of contribute to why I had a harder time finding one. But that's just kind of my gripe with that. They mount up solid. They're really well made. The sight is integrated really well. It's a nice sight. I mean, I can't complain with the system itself. It's just kind of, like, can't you throw in the most common plate or one other plate, or at least the plate that's more common than the footprint, than the optic that you like? I don't know. That's just me. Minor complaint overall. The grip texture and the plate system, that's it. Other than that, I kind of love this thing. It shoots so well. Okay, camera cut out because it ran out of memory, so we're going to make this quick. Overall, I really like it. It shoots really well, as 2011s are tend to do. It does not muzzle flip very much. It does not recoil very much. It's very controllable, fits the hand really well. Obviously, there's a ton of accessories for them now, and I can kind of see why people really enjoy shooting these things. For the price point compared to a lot of other 2011 systems, this is, I think, all I really need. I don't really need to step up to, like a Staccato or something like that. Even though I know that probably those might shoot a little bit better, I don't think it's going to justify 2 or 3 times the cost versus the cost of this. So overall, I really like the thing. It has been 100% reliable. It's been totally fine with all kinds of ammo, hard primers, different kinds of hand loads, hardball and hollow point. Runs them all, no problem at all. Magazines are solid, never had a magazine-related failure or anything like that. So overall, solid, man. I really like it. I'm happy with my purchase. I'm happy with everything that's run on it. So if you want to see more of the Prodigy or other stuff that we've gotten in recently that I haven't really talked about on the channel, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe. I know I haven't been around much. We're going to try to change that. Thank you so much for everyone that's still around or has joined up lately. I'm very grateful for y'all. I will see you next time. Stay safe.